room, and it was made for travelers to stay when they come to eat. I'm Amyra, I'm 9, and I was born in India, but I am living in Canada.
Hello, I'm Katya. I am 12 years old and I'm from Canada.
At this time, there actually weren't any restaurants. There weren't any libraries. There weren't any community centers. But it's one of the things that would transform an inn, like Montgomery's Inn, from being a hotel to a place where the community could gather. This store here, this is for the locals. This is for the people who live down the street and they just finished their day and they want to say hi to their friends. This is for people who maybe immigrated to Canada a few months ago and they want to come for a drink and run into somebody, maybe somebody who's come from their home country.
What's this? Is this like a game to throw away?
Yeah, why don't you give it a try?
Cool. Okay.
It's one of those festival ones.
There you go, you're a natural.
I learned how they used to cook, and the way that they cooked was very different from today.
Stay here for a few cents a night, no problem. It was about the equivalent of 4 to 5 nights stay in a room to eat one meal. Why do you think it was so expensive to eat?
Maybe because food was hard to make.
Yeah, that's it. It was the amount of effort it took to make it. Any guesses what I might use to help smother a flame? Is it the feathers? It is. These are goose wings. The great thing about goose's wings and using all parts of the animals are that inside of these wings are oils. The oils in the goose's wing make them slightly fire resistant. Not fireproof, but fire resistant. So Dundas is one of the things that hasn't changed. I said some things have changed, some things haven't changed. Dundas was here when the Montgomerys were here in the 1800s. Dundas was here way before the Montgomerys here. Dundas was actually an original footpath of our indigenous peoples. Yeah.
Was it still called Canada?
It's a great question. It was called Dundas when the Montgomerys were here because it was named by our first lieutenant general. And actually, the city of Toronto right now is having a conversation, and they've decided that they think maybe we should name it something else. Henry Dundas never lived here, and some of the stuff he believed in might not be the nicest. He wasn't always looking out for the best of all people.
That'd be confusing.
It probably will be confusing. It's sometimes difficult, but it's also important to make sure that the names that people are saying and the places that we're going celebrate the things we believe in Toronto. And the City of Toronto's motto is diversity is our strength. So be a little bit of uncomfortability right now, and then in the long term, everybody will be much happier. But that's what change is. Speaking of change, this is a beautiful room. I love this room, but it definitely is more luxurious. So again, change in floor, change in wall, change in couch, change in light. Everything about this room is what word did you use? I love it.
Luxurious.
Luxurious. Well, we talked about the travelers that were here at Montgomery's, and many of them had just arrived in Canada after a very long boat ride from their home country. Most of them didn't have very much money at all. So the inn reflects the amount of money that people staying in the inn would have had, and the family spaces reflect the amount of money that the family was making. This room's a really good example of what it would look like to be in a wealthier space versus a not as wealthy space in the inn.
How do I lift this?
They smell very clean.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh!
I like the goose feather because I have never ever seen one of these guys in my life, and they look very interesting. This goose feather is used for swiping and like going out fires, for fires to go out, like in those big ovens. Pretty cool.
I chose marbles. Gold marbles. Well, I just like that they're so colorful and I like marbles. I don't know the game, but I like just rolling.